When did you start to see something, and what did you see? What kinds of things?
We saw one that they were living in there from day one. We turned them in. Rick Young, when he had the shop here, he sold it since then. But Rick Young noticed it and started turning in stuff. And we talked to Rick. He was taking license numbers and pictures. They're open for 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, which I don't know any massage parlor that ever does that, any legitimate one. They have no licenses because of the way they are organized. Like Rick Young does massages, but they have licenses by the cosmetology board, so they get monitored. They have handlers that come and bring food, usually a big burly guy with a Chinese lady that bring food into them. And generally, you never know. They have threatened us. The police have told us to be careful because they're bad characters.
You ever see the women come and go at all?
No, they're in there 24 hours a day. There is one that may be an internal handler that goes in and out the door sometimes. Most of them don't. The other ones that come in the cars, they just come, deliver food, and lock the place back up and leave. We open at 9 o'clock. They don't open supposedly till 10. They're there when we get here. They're there when we leave. And nobody ever drops anybody off. Except for customers coming in the front.
How quickly, once they moved in, did you start to have your suspicion raised about what they're doing?
Absolutely, because their shades were always drawn. I do know people that went in and they have signs that says we don't do sex, which what massage parlor does that? So we suspected a lot of stuff from the start. Rick suspected human trafficking and started the investigations there, called human trafficking in DC, and got them involved. So we suspected that they were doing a lot of stuff in there that normally you wouldn't do. It's not good. We've tried, and the police have tried. They've been working on it for over a year to make sure they got all their ducks in a row. What they didn't want to do was, they didn't want to break in and get them for code violations. They wanted to get them for something other than code violations. So they were very careful. The police did a very careful, long investigation. They had undercover units out here several times, watching front and back doors. So they've done a very, very thorough job.
You mentioned that one time where one of the handlers was pretty intimidating with you. I mean, what was it like trying to operate your business next door, knowing that there might be something going on just a few doors down?
We tried to ignore it pretty much. Not ignore it, but we tried not to let them intimidate us. We didn't confront them. We didn't go down there and confront them because we didn't want that kind of hassle. So we ran our business like we normally would and just avoided going down there. It just wasn't worth us possibly having a confrontation.
Police kind of credited the neighbors for saying something, watchful citizens. I mean, it would have been easy just to look the other way and mind your own business. Why did you guys think it was important to get involved?
One, my wife's a lifetime Worthington resident, and we didn't want to see it in Worthington. We didn't want to see it here. It's not something that we wanted close to here associated with our business. And even if we didn't, if we'd have just been citizens, we would have done something just based on what we saw. I know people over in the condominiums across the street have also expressed concern with Worthington police.
But you believe these women were living here? I mean, they didn't.
Oh, we know they were living there. Nobody ever dropped workers off or picked up work. And they brought in food, a couple times a week. Different cars would bring in food with usually a guy looked like some kind of bouncer, and a Chinese lady. They'd unlock the back door, bring in food, and leave. Huh?
Sad.
Yeah, it is. I feel sorry for the girls that are in there because they're being used for something they didn't ask for.